Episode 4: Trauma in Real Time. What happens to the brain under threat? There's something I want to share today that's a little more personal. For a long time, I didn't realize how often I was living in a state of fear. I thought I was just wired that way, easily startled, hyper-aware, constantly scanning for danger. I now understand that my fight or flight response was constantly being triggered. I didn't always know how to name it, but I could feel it in my breath, in my chest, in how I reacted to small things. It felt like the world was too much, too fast, too loud. What helped me begin to heal was learning how to reduce the stimulus, to step away, breathe, and ground myself. Over time, I have also realized something else. I've seen things in my life, some painful, some overwhelming, and I used to think it made me broken, but now I see that these were experiences, not defects. They shaped how my body and mind respond to stress. When I feel fear, my instinct is still to retreat. But now, instead of reacting automatically, I pause, I sit in prayer, I breathe deeply. Some people might call that trauma, and perhaps it is, but I also call it life. We all live through things that leave marks on us. The real question is not whether we are marked, but whether we learn to work with those marks, rather than against them. When we experience fear or danger, real or imagined, the brain kicks into survival mode. This is not weakness, it's biology. There's something called the Polyvagal theory, developed by a neuroscientist named Stephen Porges. What it shows is that our nervous system has built-in responses to threats, not just fight or flight, but also freeze. Sometimes we lash out. Sometimes we run away. And sometimes we shut down entirely. All of these are ways our body tries to protect us. I used to think shutting down meant I had failed, that freezing meant I was weak. But that was never true. Freezing is the body saying, "This is too much right now." And we can listen to that message without shame. The Lord is close to the broken-hearted and saves those who are crushed in spirit. That verse has carried me through some very hard moments. When I felt overwhelmed, when I felt numb, when I didn't know what to pray. There is no shame in being crushed. There is no weakness in being broken-hearted. There is just the invitation to healing. Let me show you one of the tools that helped me. Breathe in slowly through the nose for a count of 4. Hold that breath for 4. Now breathe out gently through the mouth for 6. Let's do it again, in for 4. Hold. Out for 6. This tells the body, you are safe, you are not in danger, you are here now. We cannot always stop the world from being chaotic, but we can begin to create space within ourselves that is quiet, steady, and kind. That space is where healing begins. When we talk about trauma, it is important not to think only in terms of big dramatic events. Trauma can be slow and silent. It can be the quiet build-up of too many stressors for too long. It can come from feeling powerless, or unseen, or stretched too thin. And so many of us are carrying that, without even realizing it. But you are not alone. You are not too far gone. You are not broken beyond repair. You are someone who has survived, and survival is not the end of your story. Healing is possible. Growth is possible. Peace is possible. It begins with noticing what is happening inside you, and offering yourself gentleness instead of judgment. So, if you are in a season where your heart feels heavy, or your mind feels scattered, or your body feels tense, know that God is not far from you. He's close to the brokenhearted. He sees you, He knows your pain, and He is not afraid of it. Give yourself time, give yourself breath, give yourself grace. And remember, trauma is not the end of your story. It may be the beginning of something deeper, an invitation into healing, into stillness, and into the peace that surpasses understanding. May peace be with you. God bless. Amen.